ready to get started with our men's semifinals here at the 50th QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. It's Team USA's Chris Barnes taking on the Ukraine's Misha Kalika for the right to face Tobias Boarding of Germany. Barnes starts off big with a strike. Best of 3 match. First player to win 2 games wins the match and will advance into the title match. Kalika first frame. Game number 1, just getting started here. If you're just joining us, we are live at the Sky Bowling Center in Wrocław, Poland. Lucas Wiseman of Bowl TV, thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon for our final round of the 50th QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Ukraine versus the United States in the semifinal. Winner to bowl Germany. Ten-pin for Barnes in the second frame. We're still even here early on. Kalika rings a 10-pin. Please do us a favor, post the link to the live streaming on your Facebook and Twitter. You can send them to bowl.com/bowltv to find the live streaming. We are just underway in our semifinal match. The winner of this best of 3 match will take on Tobias Boarding of Germany, who has been spectacular all week long and earned the top seed with relative ease. Another 10-pin for Barnes. He leads by 1 pin very early. That one sails high on Kalika, leaves the 3-6-10 in the third. Slow start here to our semifinal. Only 1 strike in 3 frames, as both players still settling in. 3 frames in, 3-pin lead for Chris Barnes. For those of you just joining us, it is a best-of-3 match. First player to win 2 games will win the match and move on to bowl for the title against Germany. Barnes yelling at the ball to go, and it did, just enough. He shreds the 5-pin out of the rack for a strike. Kubica sails that one way right. Misses the head pin, leaves the 1-2-4. Back-to-back 7 counts on spares. Now down by 6 with the spare. Picks it up, clean through 4. Barnes up by 6. Well, there's our first double of the game. Comes from Chris Barnes. He increases the lead to 16. Misha Kubica of the Ukraine has not struck yet through 4 frames. Will this be the frame where he finally breaks through? Let's see. There it is. Kubica finally on the board with a strike in the 5th. Sixth frame for Barnes, working on a double. There's another strike, back to back to back for Chris Barnes. Now he leads by 26 pins here in game 1. Opening game of our best of 3 semifinal. Winner to bowl Germany for the title immediately following. What a lucky break for a strike there for a double. Well, he'll take that one. That was a poorly thrown shot that goes high and looked like it was going to be a baby split that turned into a strike. And they're going to have to fix the score on that one and sweep the deck to reflect the strike. All right, so after that excitement, ready for the 7th frame. Barnes up by 16. 4 frames to go here in game 1. Yelling for it to go again, and he leaves a 10 pin. Oh my. Back-to-back breaks for Misha Kubica. Can't believe it. As he carries that one for another strike. 3 in a row and back-to-back breaks there for the Ukrainian. Barnes converts the spare, but things have gotten much tighter now. 6-pin lead for Chris Barnes. Sorry, 5-pin lead for Chris Barnes with 3 frames to go. But Kubica working on 3 strikes in a row, an opportunity for him to take the lead in this frame. Tight match here. Opening game of our best of 3 semifinal. And that one sails right, leaves the 2-4-10 split. That may change the complexion of this game just a bit here. Barnes only working on a spare, so no opportunity to push the lead any unless Kubica misses the split. And Barnes leaves a 4-pin. Well, so far Misha Kubica has had a lot of tricks up his sleeve in this match. Maybe he has one here and can convert the split. Does not. Open frame. And so Barnes with the spare here, up by 21. Just tuning in, you're watching live coverage on Bowl TV of the 50th QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Our men's semifinal first game. And Kubica sends a dart across the board to get the strike in the 9th. He's still down by 21 pins. Barnes takes a re-rack here in the 9th. Trying to settle in for the end of this game. Up by 21. And Barnes, very, very lucky to just leave the 10 pin on that shot. For a second there, it was the 5-7-10. The 5 went, then the 7 went, but the 10 stayed up. So very fortunate to just leave the 10 on that shot. All right, headed to the 10th frame. Barnes still up by 20. Max scores are Kubica 216. Barnes can shoot 226. So this is a critical shot coming here for Kubica. Stuffs it in there for a strike. That's a double. And that could make things interesting here down the stretch. Kubica still very much in this game. Once again, Barnes controls his own destiny here, though. If he strikes out, if he doubles here in the 10th, he will win the game. Gets the first one in the 10th frame. So still a very interesting finish here in game 1. Not quite decided yet. Kubica looking to put the pressure on Barnes here. Second shot in the 10th. Pin flies across but misses it in front of the 10. And now Kubica at 205, and Chris Barnes will take game 1. And that does give Chris Barnes the opportunity on his next couple of shots here in the 10th to maybe look for a little bit better ball reaction. A lot of 9 spares out there for Chris Barnes this game. And Misha using the opportunity to try a different thing here and see if he can get a better angle to the pocket. As the crowd groans a little bit as he misses the single pin, but I promise you he wasn't shooting it. 204 for Kubica. Barnes an opportunity to try something a little different here, and he almost 4 nines. but gets the 9 out. So Barnes is going to take game 1. Game 2 will start immediately here. It's a best of 3 match. So Barnes needs to win one more game to win the semifinal and advance into the championship match. 215 to 204.
With a score of 215 to 204 in the first game in the best of 2 of 3 match. We'll begin our second game immediately.
So 215, 204. Chris Barnes wins game 1. Let's ready to start game number 2 in our best of 3 semifinal. Chris Barnes 215, 204 in game 1. Now Misha Kalika will start this next game. It's a must-win game for Kalika if he wants to keep his hopes alive to hoist the World Cup. Delivers a strike, stares it down a little bit. And a good start this game for Kalika. And Barnes gets the 5 out again for a strike. So both players of the strike in the first frame. Double to start. Kalika out to an early 10-pin lead. Oh, and Barnes slaps around the 9-pin for a double. Maybe things starting to heat up a little bit here. Both players starting with a double. Kalika's entry angle is pretty strong and can send that head pin across the deck pretty easily, but that time goes right in front of the 10 and misses it. It's almost like somebody's kicking the ball at 55 feet and heading into the head pin at such an extreme angle that sometimes that head pin flies across in front of the 10. Barnes' reaction a little smoother down the lane. And he has got the front 3 now. So now Barnes has taken the lead by 11. After 3 frames. You're watching Bowl TV's live coverage of the QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup Men's Semifinal. Don't forget to subscribe to our Bowl TV channel here. Click the subscribe button. Set up email alerts for when we upload new videos here on Bowl TV. And always keep an eye on bowl.com/BowlTV for our live stream events, including the World Men's Championships in Abu Dhabi in December. Barnes trying to stay perfect, and he does. 4 for 4 to start game 2. He leads in the best of 3 match, 1-0. Barnes took game 1, 215 to 204. We are in game 2 right now. The winner to face Tobias Boarding of Germany for the World Cup immediately following this match. Misha with a strike in the 4th, still down by 21. Barnes is perfect through 5. Chris Barnes turning it up a notch here in game 2. Misha with a double. Barnes still up 21 halfway through game 2. Barnes yells for it to push, and it answers, and he gets the strike for the front 6. And I think Barnes feels like he got away with one there. Puts a lot of pressure on Kubica to answer here in the 6th to try to keep it close. Kubica now down 31. Misha didn't like that one off his hand, and you can see why. Leaves the 6-10. And I think he's starting to feel like things are slipping away from him a bit here in game 2. Championship match will follow immediately. They'll have a re-oil. Takes about 15 minutes to do that. So make sure you stay tuned after the conclusion of this semifinal for the championship match. It will be the winner of this match versus Tobias Boarding of Germany. Tobias is warming up down on the first couple of lanes in the center here, as Barnes steps up, working with 6 strikes in a row to start game 2. Oh, and Barnes gets away with one for the front 7. Breaks it up, and that is 7 consecutive strikes for Chris Barnes. And he is very thankful that that one struck. Misha leaves the 10 pin. Still have 3 frames to go, but things looking very positive for Chris Barnes to advance to the title match. Spare's good. 44 pin lead for Chris Barnes with 3 frames to go. And Barnes 8 for 8 to start this game. So Chris Barnes with the front 8. It's time to get on Facebook and Twitter. Tell your friends they need to tune into bowl.com/BowlTV to see what happens here at the end of this semifinal. Again, bowl.com/BowlTV. Share the link. There's the messenger that comes across to take out the 10 this time. But this is going to be Chris Barnes' match here, it appears. Kubica can still strike out for 246. So a strike here by Barnes would lock it up for sure. And it would give us a little drama going into the 10th frame here of our semifinal. And Barnes gets away with another one, and now he's got the front 9. Misha with a double. We're live in Wrocław, Poland. Lucas Wiseman here with you from Bowl TV. Chris Barnes with the front nine. He's already going to win this semifinal and advance to the title match. Will he do it in spectacular fashion? Well, we still have a chance. He's got the front 10 now. Barnes 2 away. Good stuff here in our semifinal. Misha Kalika of the Ukraine going to finish in the 3rd position here this week with the loss here in the semifinal. And Chris Barnes will move on to take on Tobias Boarding of Germany for the title, which will begin about 15 minutes after the end of this game. Barnes is going to take a re-rack. Said the rack was bad, so he wants to make sure that he has a good shot here at the perfect game. So here we go. Chris Barnes now, front 10, wrapping up the semifinal here at the World Cup. Oh, look at the 10! Wow, the 10 just barely went. And he has carried everything this game. 11 in a row for Chris Barnes, and this has been a fun-filled, spectacular run toward perfection. He has carried quite a few interesting hits this game. And they're going to clap for him. He's going to advance to the final. Will Chris Barnes shoot 300? Let's find out right now. And Chris Barnes with a 300! Here at the World Cup in the semifinal. And he's going to bowl for the title next here on Bowl TV. What a performance in the semifinal for Chris Barnes. 300 game. And he's moving on to bowl for the World Cup. Stay with us. The title match is going to start in about 15 minutes or so. But a 300 game from Chris Barnes here in the semifinal. 300 to 219. Chris Barnes wins the match 2-0 and advances to bowl Tobias Boarding of Germany for the title. What a performance here in Game 2. A perfect 300 for Chris Barnes. Title match coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It is going to be spectacular. Tobias Boarding of Germany has dominated all week long. Can Chris Barnes take him down for the title? We'll find out in about 15 minutes here, live on Bowl TV.
Major title, final.
Yeah, I don't know. That ran fast.
Too much. Next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Nope.
You gonna put the names back? Son of one again.
That's good. You don't want to be nervous. Yes, that's on it.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final match of the 50th QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Introducing Chris Barnes, representing the United States. his competitor from Germany, Tobias Birding.
Over 1,800. We're live at the Sky Bowling Center in Wrocław, Poland. Lucas Wiseman here with you from Bowl TV as we start our championship match between the U.S. and Germany for the 50th QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup title. Tonight's morning starts with a strike. Best of 3 championship match. First player to win 2 games will win the match and take the World Cup. And Barnes starts off with a 10-pin. Chris Barnes 5-3 in match play this morning. 232.08 average. Defeated Misha Kalika of the Ukraine 2-0 in the semifinal. to advance to this point. Tobias Sporting, Germany 4-3-1 in match play today, averaging 239.81 for the week. Almost 9 pins a game more. Actually, almost 7 pins a game more than the next highest competitor, which would be Chris Barnes. Double to start the boarding. He has really dominated all week long. And he earned the top seed by more than 240 pins. Barnes sends a messenger across for a strike. He trails by 10. Oh, and the German gets a little lucky on that one for the front three. Chris Barnes saying to Tobias, it sounds like you might have a few more fans than me. There's a glass wall behind us here. If you take a look behind Chris Barnes, you can see a row of people. Beyond that is a glass wall, and there's a bunch of fans back there as well. Double for Barnes, pulls back to within 10. Sky Bowling Center, 24 lanes here, 20 of them used for competition this week. Inside the beautiful new Sky Tower complex, mall, and business complex here in Wrocław. Front four now for Tobias Boarding. If he has any nerves, they haven't shown up yet. As I would imagine having the front four has loosened up the arm swing a little bit here for the German. Three strikes in a row for Barnes. Still a 10-pin match in favor of Germany. This is game one of our championship match. First player to win 2 games wins the World Cup. And Germany's boarding off to a great start with the front four. And a 10-pin ends the string. But Boarding still holding on to a slight lead. Barnes will have the opportunity to take the lead with a strike on his next shot right here. And Barnes is going to back off. Barnes with a 10-pin as well here in the 5th. So it'll stay 10-pin advantage for Boarding if he makes the spare here, and he does. And lucky to break up the split there, leaving just the 4-pin on that shot. Barnes shreds the rack for a strike in the 6th. Good match so far. It's a 9-pin advantage for Germany. If you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage on Bowl TV of the QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup Men's Championship match. Light hit carries for Tobias. Picks up a strike in the 7th. Opportunity for Barnes to take the lead with a strike here. Take a 1-pin lead here in the 7th frame. Buries it for a strike and a double. And that is a lead change. Barnes up by 1. Is the 10-pin going to go? It will not. Pin gently headed that direction, and 10-pin stays up. Barnes will have an opportunity to take an 11-pin lead with a strike here. Barnes asking for it to hit, and it hits hard. 3 in a row, and he's up 11. Boarding makes the spare. 2 frames to go. Max score for Germany, 248. Max score for the United States is 269. Best of 3 championship match. First player to win 2 games wins the match and the title. Big shot here for Barnes. Strike to go up 21. And he's got it 4 in a row for Barnes. And he has taken control here in game 1. Strike for Boarding. Heading into the 10th frame now. Barnes leading by 21. First hit here in the 10th for Barnes should lock up the win. And Barnes delivers. First shot in the 10th is a strike. And Chris Barnes is going to win the first game here in the title match. Chris Barnes in the 250s already. Boarding can only get to 248. Barnes with another strike. Puts him in the 260s. Chris Barnes going to be one more win away from the title. And Boarding looking a little bit down on himself here in game 1, although he's going to shoot in the 240s. He's put up a good score, just not enough. Final shots coming here in game 1. Barnes with a strike on his last ball. 269 in game 1. So 269 to 248. Chris Barnes wins the opening game of our championship match here at the 50th QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup.
Winner of the first game, Chris Barnes representing the United States, 269 to 248.
All right, so Chris Barnes, 269, 248, one win away from winning the World Cup. Must-win game here for Boarding. Get the strike to start. Barnes' first frame is a strike. Now's the time to get on Facebook and Twitter. Post the link to bowl.com/bowltv. Tell your friends to tune in and watch as we wrap up our coverage here at the World Cup. The final match in progress here, the men's championship match. Chris Barnes leading 1-0. Best of 3 match If Barnes wins this game, he'll win the title. If Tobias wins, we'll have a game 3. 10-pin for boarding. So an opportunity here for Barnes to take a slight early lead in the second frame. Looking for a double to start. And Barnes delivers another one. That is back-to-back strikes for Chris Barnes. So a 10-pin lead for Barnes after 2 frames. Barnes perfect through 3, up 20 now. Barnes looking very focused. And boarding with a strike. 7 frames to go here in game 2. Chris Barnes up by 20. Barnes asked for it to shim there at the last second, and it did not. He yanks it and leaves the 4-6-10 split in the 4th frame, and his lead is going to disappear here. Tobias with a big double. They're going to take advantage of the opening here by Barnes. So an open frame for Chris in the 4th. And Tobias boarding now up by 5. Tobias, a bad shot there, leaves the 3-pin. That one sailed high on him. He had an opportunity to go up by 15. Barnes recovers with a strike in the 5th, but still trails. Halfway through game 2, Chris Barnes leading 1-0 in the championship match. But Tobias Boarding of Germany leads by 4 with half a game to go here. There's a double for Barnes. That's a lead change. Chris Barnes now leads by 6. Ten-pin for boarding in the 6th. He's down by 7. Must-win game here for the German. Otherwise, the United States will take the title. If he wins this game, we'll have a deciding game 3. And Barnes asking for the 10 to go, and it doesn't. Could have been a 7-10. 10 stays up, and he'll be shooting the spare here in the 7th. Well, we pulled 7 frames, 3 to go this game. Chris Barnes leading by 6 pins. And Barnes up 1-0 in the match, but Lorden can strike here for a double to take the lead. Oh, the 7 goes late, and a double, and the German is in the lead. Big moment there for Tobias Boarding as he delivers the double to take the lead by 4. And Barnes answers with a weak 10. Two frames to go here in game 2. Chris Barnes leading 1-0. Tobias Boarding up by 5 with 2 frames left, working on a double. And he rings a 10-pin. It's a very close game. Barnes going to be looking for a strike here in the 9th to set himself up for the 10th with an opportunity to take the title. If Barnes strikes here, he can shut Boarding out in the 10th. That's a big strike right there. Sets himself up for the 10th frame. Chris Barnes, max score 233. Max score for Tobias Boarding. I'll tell you after he shoots the spare here. Picks it up. Boarding's max score is 227. So Barnes will need 2 strikes plus count here in the 10th frame to shut out Boarding for the title. Gets the first one in the 10th. Barnes is just a strike away. That puts Barnes in the 220s. Boarding must strike here. And he does. The 5-pin lazily falls over for the strike, keeping his hopes alive here. Barnes needs a strike and 5 pins to shut him out by 1. Chris Barnes has waited a long time for this opportunity. His wife Linda won the World Cup in Slovenia. Now Barnes looking to take home another World Cup title to his family, and more importantly, to his country. Needs a strike and 5 pins for the shutout. And Barnes comes up light, and he collapses it for the strike. Oh my! Can you believe that 8-pin fell so late? What an incredible break for Barnes. And Boarding wraps a 10, and that's it. It's over. Chris Barnes has won the World Cup, defeating Tobias Boarding 2-0. The United States wins the World Cup. And Chris Barnes matches the performance of his wife back in 2005. Here we go. Chris Barnes' victory lap here in Poland. And Chris Barnes is your champion, World Cup winner for 2014. Congratulations, Chris Barnes. And final shot coming up here for Boarding. .231 for Barnes. 216 for Boarding as Team USA wins the gold in the Men's World Cup. Congratulations to Chris Barnes, and congrats to Tobias Boarding on a fantastic week here in Poland. He really performed quite well all week long, but comes up short here in the final. Chris Barnes wins the title 2-0, and there's your champion, Chris Barnes. Thanks for tuning in all week long here on Bowl TV. We appreciate you hanging in here with us as we've had a long week of live streaming at the World Cup. We will be back on the air with you for the World Men's Championships in December. Be sure to check out bowl.com/bowltv for all of our live streaming events. Congratulations again to Team USA's Chris Barnes and Colombia's Clara Guerrero on winning the World Cup 50th anniversary of this great event. That's going to do it here from Poland. I'm Lucas Wiseman from Bowl TV. You can follow me on Twitter at Lucas_Wiseman.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to Tobias.